right, so this is our last step of the writing process. Liam, are you excited?
Yes, I am.
All right, so today we're focusing on editing. Last week we focused on revising, and that's different than editing. Revising is reading through our work again and seeing if we need to change any words to make them stronger. Maybe we need to add more detail. Maybe we need to move some stuff around because it doesn't flow nicely. But today, and you guys did that last week, and I was really impressed with what you guys, how you guys revised your writing. So good job. Today we're just going to focus on editing, and you guys just watched a short video on editing, and in the video she talked about fixing mistakes. So editing means that we're fixing mistakes in our writing. So you're making sure you have correct spacing between your words, capitalization, punctuation, and spelling. So those are the areas that you're looking at. I found a checklist for you guys. So this is on slide 2 or slide 1 in Seesaw. So you guys are able to check off as you're editing your work, your opinion writing, and you can check off, okay, did I do these things? This first one is I remembered to indent all my paragraph. This is mainly for my 3rd graders. 2nd grade, if you understand what indenting means, you may do this. But if you aren't sure what indenting means, please don't worry about step 1, okay? And some of my 3rd graders that I didn't have last year, maybe you were in Miss Bender or Miss Kellogg's class and you're not sure what indenting means, don't worry about it. I know that my 3rd graders this year that I had last year do know what this means, and I want you guys to focus on that. But we will be talking about indenting later. So that's just for some of you guys. If you know what indenting is, then you can focus on that. All of your sentences start with a capital letter. That's a big one. I noticed that a lot in some of your guys' writing, especially in Seesaw. I'll notice that you guys won't capitalize the starting of your sentence. So really make sure that you focus on this one right here. I used capital letters on my proper nouns, so capitalizing I, right? I, when it stands alone, is always capitalized. Names, book names, game names. So if your favorite thing, what you talked about was your favorite game, you want to capitalize the name of that game. Punctuation, make sure you have correct punctuation, that you're using it correctly, periods, exclamation marks, and question marks. And that you're checking for spelling. So if you're reading and one of the words you can't read quite right, and you're like, that doesn't sound right. I know that each and every one of you guys have your spelling dictionary in your yellow folders. So grab this as you're editing so you can look up words that you aren't quite sure how to spell. And if you can't find it in the list, and then you can ask an adult to help you spell it, and then you can write it down here on these lines, okay? So this is our checklist we're gonna use this week. Sound good, Liam?
Yep, sounds good.
All right. So now we're ready to edit our writing. So now I'm gonna read each paragraph and I'm gonna see, do I need to add any punctuation? Do I need to change any capitalization, maybe on my proper nouns, anything like that? Do I have correct spacing? Can't really do indenting yet because that would be on my final draft. And are my words spelled correctly? So let's read this real quick. Do you like books with hilarious characters? Okay, so I used my punctuation correctly there. If so, you should read the book Dogman by Dave Pilkey. It is the funniest book ever. That all looks good. First, the Dogman book is the greatest because it has entertaining illustrations. You can tell in the pictures if the characters are sad, mad, or happy by their expressions. Make sure I have a period there. Next, the Dogman book has amusing characters. My favorite character is Lil Petey, and that's spelled correctly, right, Liam? Lil Petey?
Yep, that's spelled correctly.
Good, because he repeats himself, and that makes me laugh. I love when he says why over and over again. Last, so that all looks good too. Nothing looked misspelled. I did correct punctuation, so I'm going to keep going. Last, my favorite part about reading Dogman is the flipporamas. Hey Liam, this is we're talking about a specific thing in the book, fliporamas. That might be considered a proper noun. And I don't think that I spelled it correctly. I think it's flip-o-ramas, not flip-o-ramas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to capitalize the F. I'm going to change the A to an O. And I'm going to capitalize the R. There, so that makes more sense. The flip-o-ramas, that means I have to change this one too, is when the best fliporama is when Lil Petey slaps Petey. Ha ha ha. Doesn't the book Dogman sound like the funniest book to read? It has entertaining illustrations, it has hilarious characters, and it has entertaining ramas. I think you should read the book Dogman 2, or the Dogman book 2. Awesome. So that looks good. We changed a few things. I added a period that I missed, and I had to change some of my proper nouns, and I had misspelled fliporama a little bit. So I changed all that. Now I'm ready to do my final draft. And before I do that, I need to do my checklist. So as I was doing this, I was actually checking this on the side. So I haven't been able to indent yet because I haven't done my final draft. But all of my sentences started with a capital letter. I used capital letters on my proper nouns, so I changed one of them, right? The fliporamas. I have punctuation at the end of my sentence, so I missed a period on one of them, so I changed that. And I checked my words for correct spelling, and so the fliporama was incorrectly spelled, so I changed that. So I am good to go now. Now I can do my final draft. And I'm not going to actually do all of this right now, but what you're going to do is you guys are going to use your composition book to do your final draft, okay? Your composition book to do your final draft. So I actually have I have some, just some writing paper from 2nd grade. This is what I'm going to use. So this is where I'm going to start. So I'm going to start at the top. Do you like books with hilarious characters? 2-finger indent. And again, you guys are going to use your composition books to do this. I don't have a composition book at home, so. Do you like books with hilarious characters? And I suggest, let me know if this is a good idea. I suggest as you guys are doing your final draft, first of all, you do it in pencil just in case you make a mistake. Okay, so make sure you're doing it in pencil. But I suggest to cross off so you know where you're at. If you feel like you have a hard time tracking, you can cross off the words that you have written down. That way you know what's next. Okay? And so then I would just keep going from there. Sound good? Sound good, Liam?
Yep, sounds good.
All right, so now it's your guys' turn. You guys are going to edit your writing. Once you're done editing, I want you to go to your checklist and check everything off that you did, which is on slide 1 in Seesaw. And then write down your final draft. Like I said, you can cross off as you're writing down the words to keep track of what you're doing. And then take a picture of your final draft when you are all finished. All right, guys, good luck on this. And I am excited to see your final drafts on Seesaw.
Bye-bye.